In section 1.2, we're going to be using what we learned in 1.1 to apply it to actual problems. So in this first example, it says a rectangle has a length of 30 centimeters and a height of 53 millimeters. What is the perimeter of this rectangle in centimeters? So we're okay with the length being 30 centimeters because we have it in centimeters, but the height they gave me in millimeters, so I'm going to need to convert that. You can either use the metric stairs, or we can use the conversion that we know that there's in 1 centimeter, there's 10 millimeters, or you could say 10 millimeters per 1 centimeter. Either way would help. So let's work on converting that height of 53 millimeters. And to make this so it cancels out, I'll need to put the 10 millimeters in the denominator over the 1 centimeter on top. And just like I hope the millimeters divide out. And what I'm left with essentially then is 53 over 10. And if you put that in your calculator, you would get 5.3 centimeters for the height. Now if I can draw a rectangle, so we have a rectangle now, we could say that the height we just determined to be 5.3 centimeters, and we have 5.3 centimeters over here, and we know the length is 30 centimeters, so it's not drawn to scale very well, but the perimeter is just the distance of each of the sides added together, so the perimeter would be equal to 5.3 plus 30 plus 5.3 plus 30, which you can use in your calculator to get that. That would, I mean, if you add those together, basically looking at, that's 10.6 plus 60, so that would be 70.6. But again, you can use your calculator if you would like. Alright, let's try this again. It says a rectangle has a length of 45 feet and a height of 20 yards. What is the perimeter of this rectangle in feet? Alright, so we're definitely want to switch everything to feet. So we'll need to convert the yards into feet, because the other measurement they gave us is already in feet. So if you look back at your conversions, I think the conversion that we're going to need is that in 3 feet there's 1 yard, or in 1 yard there's 3 feet. Okay, so we'll start by writing 20 yards. And then I'll need to use the one with yards in the denominator, so I'll put 1 yard down here is equal to 3 feet. And you can see how that would be 20 times 3 over 1, which is essentially 20 times 3 over 1, so that's going to be 60 feet. So now I can draw this rectangle. I think I'm going to borrow that one and paste it over here. So for this rectangle, we just determined that the height was 60 feet. And the length was already given as 45 feet. So the perimeter is equal to, I think I'm going to leave some spaces here and just see if I can put these in here. So the first thing we knew is that we had 60 feet and 60 feet, and we had 45 and 45. And so I think if you add all those together, that's going to be 210. And again, you can check that, 210 feet. Alright, so hopefully not too bad. Just kind of using what we learned in the previous section to apply it to problems that are a little different now. So the next one says, a square has a side length of 520 meters. What is the perimeter of the square in kilometers? Alright, so let's start with this. We're going to need to figure out the relationship between kilometers and meters, because we need to convert meters to the kilometers at the bottom. So if I draw a line first and write down 520 meters, if you look back again with the metrics, you can use the stairs. I'm just trying to be consistent and use factor labeling each time. And for this, you need to know that basically in 1 kilometer there are 1,000 meters. Or you could flip that and say in 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. But I'm going to use this one because I already have meters on top and I want them to divide out, so I'll put 1,000 meters over 1 kilometer. And then I'll just need to evaluate that times 1 over 1,000. And if you divide that, basically we'd have, can see 520. If we convert that decimal, we get 0.52, you can see. So there's 0.52 kilometers. Now I use a rectangle, or actually this one's supposed to be a square. It only told us that we had one side, so in this case, if it's a square, every side is going to be the same, so it would be 0.52 kilometers plus 0.52 kilometers plus 0.52 kilometers plus 0.52 kilometers. So you could add them all together, and that would be correct. But since it's 4 of the same thing, it would probably be much faster to do 4 times 0.52 kilometers, which I believe is 2.08. But again, you could just do that in your calculator by saying 4 times 0.52 and get 2.8 kilometers. Alright, the next one, it says a right triangle has legs of 2 feet and 18 inches. What is the perimeter of the triangle in inches? So I'm okay with the fact that I have 18 inches here, but I need to convert the 2 feet into inches. So 2 feet, and if you remember from before, we know that there's 12 inches in a foot, so I'm going to put 12 inches in the numerator and 1 foot in the denominator so that the feet cross out. And all we really end up doing here is multiplying 2 times 12. So we get 24 inches. Alright, so now I can draw a triangle. It said specifically the right triangle has legs. Okay, whenever you have legs of a right triangle, those are the two sides that are perpendicular to one another. And we know that one of these is 24 and one of these is 18. So let's put this one as 24 inches. Let's put this one as 18 inches. Now to find the perimeter, I need to add all 3 sides. And I only have 2 of the sides, but to find the third side, I'm hoping that you might have seen this formula before, the theorem, Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then we can say 24 squared plus 18 squared, those are the legs, equals c squared. So using a calculator, we can quickly type that in. But the calculator wants to go full size on me. Alright, so we could do 24 squared plus 18 squared to come up with 900. So 900 is equal to c squared, and then I could take the square root of both sides, and that should be 30. So the second square root of 900, and we say I get 30 for that, so 30 inches is the unknown side that we had to find using the Pythagorean theorem. And now I have what I need to find the perimeter. So the perimeter is equal to 24 plus 18 plus 30. So that would be, let's see here, so 34, 42, so 72 inches. Again, you could just, if you wanted to, validate that just by saying 24 plus 18 plus 30. 72 inches. Alright, I hope this is helpful. I'm going to start the next video in just a second for page.